As a creator, you pour so much of your time, your energy, and let's be real, your heart into every single video. So it is unbelievably frustrating when you find out someone has just, well, stolen it. Today, we're going to break down your single most powerful tool for fighting back, the YouTube copyright removal request.
It's the question every creator dreads, right? But it happens. So what are you supposed to do? You don't have to just sit there and take it. There is a formal legal process built specifically to protect your work. Okay, let's really get into this. So let's talk about that tool. It's called the copyright removal request. You should think of this as the official, legally recognized way you tell YouTube, hey, that content right there, that's mine, and I did not give them permission to use it. Now pay close attention to the wording here. Legal notice. This is so important. This isn't just you flagging a video or filing a simple complaint. No, this is a formal request that, if it's valid, legally compels YouTube to take that content down. It has some real teeth. So when is it okay to use this? Well, the justification is actually pretty clear-cut. If someone just straight up re-uploads your video, even just a big chunk of it, that's grounds. If they grab your custom channel banner that you worked so hard on, that's grounds too. And it's not just about video. If they lift your original music or a voiceover you recorded, you absolutely have the right to file. But hold on, before you go smashing that submit button, you've got to do a crucial pre-flight check. Remember, this is a legal process, so you need to be absolutely sure you're in the right before you kick things off. And the first thing you have to consider are the exceptions to copyright, mainly fair use and public domain. You really have to stop and ask yourself, is there any chance this person has a legal right to use my content this way? Maybe your work is super old and in the public domain, or more likely, their use could be considered fair use. And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. Somebody re-uploading your entire video from start to finish? Yeah, that's pretty much a slam dunk case of infringement. But what if someone uses a 10-second clip in a video where they're reviewing or critiquing your work? Well, that could very well be fair use, and your takedown request might not go through. Context is absolutely everything. Now, check this out. This is a great feature that acts as a softer first step. You can actually schedule the removal request to go live 7 days later. This gives the other person a heads up, a chance to take the video down themselves, and avoid getting a copyright strike on their channel. It's a nice professional courtesy that can really prevent a lot of drama. All right, so you've done your homework, you've considered the exceptions, and you're ready to move forward. Let's walk through the step-by-step of how you actually file this thing. First things first, who can actually submit this? Well, it has to be either you, the copyright owner, or someone who is legally authorized to act for you, like your lawyer or your manager. You can't just file a request for a friend or some other creator you like. It's got to be official. By far, the easiest way to get this done is right inside your YouTube Studio dashboard. Just log in, look for content detection on the left-hand menu, and from there, you just click New Removal Request. YouTube pretty much holds your hand through the whole process. And oh, you have got to see this pro tip. When you're in the studio workflow, you can check a little box that tells YouTube to automatically block any future uploads that are identical to your video. I mean, this is a total game changer, especially if you're dealing with someone who just keeps re-uploading your stuff. Now, no matter how you submit your request, you absolutely must include these 5 pieces of information. You need your contact info, a description of your original work, the exact URL of the video that's stealing your content, a couple of legal statements, and your full legal name as a signature. If you miss even one of these, the request will just get bounced right back to you. Let's just zoom in on those legal statements for a second, because this is not just a checkbox you tick. You are making a sworn declaration here. You're basically stating under penalty of perjury that you honestly believe the use is unauthorized and that you are the real owner. This carries serious legal weight. So you've filled everything out, you've triple-checked it, and you finally click Submit. Whew, what happens next? Let's take a look at what goes on behind the scenes during YouTube's review process. It's a pretty logical flow, really. First, your request lands in a queue. Then, a team at YouTube reviews it to make sure everything's there and that the claim is valid. And finally, if it all checks out, they take action. The stolen content gets removed, and the uploader gets an official notification about what just happened. And this breaks down the 3 main ways this can all play out. The most common one, the content gets removed, and the uploader gets a copyright strike. Now, if you use that 7-day scheduled option, the content still gets removed, but without a strike. Or, if you miss some info, or your claim didn't quite hold up, maybe it was fair use after all, your request could get rejected. Okay, we have to end this on a really important note of caution. The copyright removal system is an incredibly powerful tool. And you know what they say? With great power comes great responsibility.
And I really cannot stress this enough. Do not submit false or fraudulent claims. Ever. Using this system to harass another creator or just to take down a video you don't like, that is a serious, serious abuse of the system.
And the consequences? They are severe. You could have your own YouTube channel terminated. Gone. And because this is a legal process, you could actually open yourself up to a lawsuit for damages. Seriously, it is just not worth the risk. So let's bring it all home with the key takeaway, which really sums everything up perfectly. This tool is here to protect your hard work. When you use it correctly, when you use it honestly, it is your absolute best defense against content theft on the platform. The process is there for you, so use it wisely to protect what is rightfully yours.